Master Wu, one of Ninjago's most mysterious characters. For over a decade, he's been the ninja's wise old master, but since Dragon's Rising, we know there's a lot more to him, being the cause of the merge. But why did he cause the merge, and what happened to him afterwards? Well, in this video, I'm gonna attempt to answer that question. But before we get started, dear viewer, there's something I haven't told you. You see, we're just under 300 subscribers away from our goal of 10k, at which point I will do a Q&A. So if you enjoy my content or are new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Also, this video will obviously contain spoilers for all of Dragon's Rising. Got that? Let's move on. Before we get into the theories though, let's begin with the information that we know for sure. Number 1, Wu caused the merge. That is a fact. Number 2, he was also acting very strange during and before the merge, as we saw from clips from Dragon's Rising Season 1. He was saying stuff like, we needed more time to prepare and stuff like that. Number 3, he led Cole to find the remains of the dead Source Dragon of Balance. So, these facts, at least put together, they kind of paint a picture in my mind. Firstly, him acting very strange during and before the merge, saying stuff like, we needed more time to prepare, and I'm not sure I could pull it off. I think everybody has kind of taken that to mean that he wanted to cause the merge, and I agree with that. I think he did intentionally cause the merge, but he just didn't understand how quickly it would come, and I also think that he didn't understand the scale of the merge. I think that he thought it would be something like maybe 2 realms connecting at a time and then eventually all 17 realms coming together. I don't think he thought it would be one big explosion that just smashes everything together. Him also leading Cole to the remains of the dead Source Dragon of Balance, I think it's really interesting because to me at least it signals that the Source Dragon of Balance is somehow involved in all of this. Maybe the Source Dragon of Balance didn't cause the merge. In fact, I don't think it's likely that his death caused the merge, but I think that Wu was at least aware of the death of the Source Dragon, and that somewhat contributed to him causing the merge. I don't think Wu caused the merge and then he just realized that the Source Dragon of Balance was dead and buried. No, I think that he knew that the Source Dragon of Balance was dead and buried in that location, and then after causing the merge, he led Cole to find it to help him find what was once lost, or I believe he said something like that. Anyway, I believe he has a plan around the body of the dead Source Dragon, or at least something to do with the dead Source Dragon. At least that's why he led Cole. That's my theory on it. I think it's also really important to examine some potential motivations that Master Wu might have for causing the merge, and I think a really obvious one is of course unity. I mean, I believe he said in Dragon's Rising Season 1, only unity can save us, and separate they had no chance. If Master Wu saw some big threat coming out to get the lands, then it's possible that he might have orchestrated a merge just to get all the merged lands to work together to defeat this enemy. I think another pretty interesting theory that I have is considering elemental powers. I think that we've seen in Dragon's Rising, after the merge, just new elemental powers have been popping up here and there. For example, Frack. Before the merge, he was completely ordinary. Afterwards, he got the elemental power of Quake. I think it's possible that making this merge happen released a bunch of energy. Potentially the energy stored up in the dead Source Dragon of Balance. I think that's quite possible. And by orchestrating this merge, he released all of this energy, which caused firstly some people to get elemental powers like Frack, but it also allowed the dead Source Dragon's body to be found, and again, maybe he has some potential motivation with that to help fight against Lord Raz's master. As you guys can probably guess, I think that the death of the Source Dragon of Balance played a big part in this whole sequence of events, so putting everything together, this is what I think happened in order. So firstly, Raz's master kills the Source Dragon of Balance to absorb its power, but something doesn't go right, and instead the body gets lost somewhere deep underneath the earth. Now Master Wu, he sees this, he gets a vision of it or something. Maybe he uses his spirit smoke that he used in Season 1, and he realizes how big of a threat Lord Raz's master is to be able to kill a freaking Source Dragon. So then he begins setting up a merge using, I'm guessing, the monasteries. I believe that the monasteries have a bigger role to play in Dragon's Rising, and I feel like he somehow connected all the realms together using these monasteries. I think he planned to have it like one realm connect connecting at a time, like I said before, and then eventually all of the realms come together. I don't think he meant for it to be like this big cataclysmic event that suddenly smashes everything together. But anyway, he did it to bring all the realms together in the face of Lord Raz's master, but also, like I said, to release certain powers that could be released only by the merge. But as he was doing this, disaster strikes, because Lord Raz's master now wants more Source Dragon energy. So Lord Raz kidnaps the Source Dragon of energy, and this destabilizes the universe, causing the merge to happen way before it was supposed to. Now, Master Wu sees that his plan has kind of failed, and realizes that the merged lands are too big, and he needs some way to guide the ninja and to make sure that they still defeat Lord Raz's master in the end. And so here comes the second part of my theory. We see Master Wu showing up in Dragon's Rising, but we don't really know what happened to him. He just kind of shows up and then leaves as this yellow ball. Some people are suspecting that he died in the merge, which I don't really think is accurate. I think that Master Wu would be more than capable of surviving the merge. What I think this yellow Master Wu ball is, instead, I think is his soul. After Thunderfang sucks up Moro's soul in Dragon's Rising Season 3, we see Moro's soul turn into this yellow orb, similar to Master Wu, and I believe that Master Wu underwent some magical process to strip away his mortal body, but remain as a soul or a spirit to guide the ninja. I think this is because he realized that in his mortal body, it would take him a long time to gather the ninja, and simultaneously fight against Lord Raz's master. But as a soul/spirit, he could just zip around the merged lands with ease, guiding whichever ninja needed the help the most. I think that this is further backed up by the end of Season 3, where Raz traps Wu in a cage, similar to the cage that held captive the spirit Bonzo in Dragon's Rising Season 2. So, all in all, I believe that as a spirit, Wu was actively working against Lord Raz's master, but now he's captured, meaning the ninja for the first time might be on their own. So that is it for my theory on what happened to Master Wu and the true cause behind the merge. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I would personally be surprised if all of what I said was completely wrong. I think that there is some truth to this theory, but of course, I don't think it's exactly right, but I think it's a pretty good guess based on the facts that we were given. A lot of the ideas in this video were inspired by a video I watched a while ago by Krusty783 called The Truth About the Merge, so if you're interested in more stuff like this, make sure to check out that video. It'll be linked in the description below, and if you want more theories from me, make sure to check out my video where I did a bunch of theories on Lord Raz's master. I'm sure you'll enjoy that one too, and I'll see you in the next one.